We're back. This week on A Comic Book Orange, we review Seaguy, The Slaves of Mickey I from Vertigo, and interview fan favorite artist Ben Templesmith. Hi, I'm Seaguy. I like long walks on the beach and zoo mystery meat. My ideal man would be big, strong, and heroic, like Seaguy by Grant Morisson, illustrated by Stewart. In a world where superheroes are no longer needed, Seaguy, just an average guy in a wetsuit, stumbles into a world of conspiracies and embarks on an adventure without the typical badass superhero gadgets and personality to go with it. Seaguy, The Slaves of Mickey I is the new 3-issue story arc that picks up from the original cult hit, now collected in trade paperback. Grant Morisson throws Seaguy into deeper conspiracies and comedic situations, taking our hero to such exotic lands that sometimes you gotta wonder whether he's just testing Stewart's abilities as an artist. And Stewart delivers, from large-scale landscapes to the tiniest details. My only criticism is that all the traveling can make the story a little disorienting to follow. The final issue of Seaguy, The Slaves of Mickey I comes out today, so if you're in the mood for an out-of-this-world adventure with an unlikely hero, we recommend you pick it up. We give it 4 oranges out of 5. This week we interview one of my favorite people in the comic book industry. He rose to fame with his work on 30 Days of Night, Fell, and his own Wormwood. That sounds kinda dirty. It's the one, the only, Ben Templesmith. A lot of creators, they go straight from Marvel and DC, but you actually did your own works, and you're also doing works, written, made by other people, but you started it from the beginning. So what made you make that decision?
Well, first off,
yeah,
there are 2 kinds of people in comics. One type grew up reading comics, Marvel and DC, usually, mostly because they're the biggest ones, and they aspire to write and draw like Spider-Man or something like that. And that's pretty much all they want to do. It's like the ultimate fanfic sort of thing. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that that's what their dream is, to write something that they grew up reading. The other type just want to tell stories. And they're happy to do that possibly in any medium, but also just any story. Perhaps new things that they create themselves rather than continuing an established character that they've already got. So I think there's 2 very different kinds of people. So I'm definitely more on the other side, where I just do, I want to just tell my own stories. Yeah. But I wouldn't say no to doing some interesting things at the other things, but that's just more of that would just be a job more. I wouldn't feel like I owned it. Yeah. So what drives me is I like to tell stories and create new things.
Your stories are so dark. Why so dark?
No, I like dark things, but I like the humor in the darkness, I think. So I think one thing maybe Australians share with maybe Canadians, I don't know, is that we like gallows humor a lot. I like gallows humor a lot. It's like when things are bad and when things are really dark, the best thing to do is joke about it. So I sort of draw the humor sort of from the darkness in that way.
Do you have any dream titles?
I don't have any dream titles as such. I mean, it would be fun to work on like Ghost Rider maybe. That'd be a fun thing. But it's not an overall goal. My overall goal, all of them have been achieved really, to be able to earn a living drawing and creating my own things and having them have an audience, which is all anyone can really ask for. Well, I would like to do a Mad Max Road Warrior comic.
Nice.
I don't know what you call it in America, but Road Warrior or Mad Max. Yeah, that'd be a good license property because I'm very into that.
For more information on Ben Templesmith, check out his website at templesmith.com or follow his exploits on Twitter as @Templesmith. Well, that's it for this week. Go to acomicbookorange.com or YouTube to leave us comments. And yes, we'll comment back. See you next Wednesday for another episode of A Comic Book Orange.
I don't actually eat dead babies.
No?
No, but I do like the taste and want to.
I have proof to the opposite.
I haven't had an edible baby yet, so someone brings me an edible like candy baby or something, I'll eat it on camera.